It's in the hole. Lake Lanier Cornhole Club, Week 7, scores and highlights, plus a preview of the upcoming playoff seeds. All of this and more will be happening tonight from the Athens Boat Club, located on Lake Lanier. Now, jumping into the Week 7 matchups, the Pirates of the Caribbean will take on the Chestatee Flyers to determine the number 4 seed and who will be the champion of the Chestatee Division. The Baggers on the Hooch and Brussels Boys are idle this week, and the 8 Baggers will be taking on the Marina Bay Bombers in a fight to determine who will finish 3rd and 4th in the Chestatee Division. In the last game, the 2 Blind Squirrels, who have secured a 3rd place seed, will take on the Cellar Dwellers. And in the 6 o'clock game, the Pirates took on the Flyers, both with 3-3 records. The Pirates jumped out to a 1-0 lead on the first throws, but then Randy got hot. And in his first round, Randy had 1 cornhole, Steve tried to answer. Came really close, but just missed. Randy had 2 cornholes. Again, Steve tried to answer and just missed. Randy decided, well, let's let you guys stay in the game a little while. Then he got tired and just decided, let's get a 3rd cornhole. And the Flyers jumped up to a 10-1 lead. In the next round, Ray tried to get the Pirates back in, but Jim was tough and jumped up with another 5 points. And in game 1, the Flyers beat the Pirates 25-1. And then in match 2, they again beat them 21-9 to claim 1st place in the Chestatee Division. Congratulations to the Chestatee Flyers on their 1st place finish.
We're here with Randy Brooks, the hot hand for the Chestatee Flyers, as they claim the Chestatee Division Championship with them.
Thanks. We had a good night.
One round, he scored 3 ringers, 3 cornholes, and 1 on the board for 10 points.
Wow. Luck is better than skill, right?
Well, congratulations.
Thanks.
And another team was hot. The 8 Baggers, coming in at 1-5 against the Marina Bay Bombers. In the first match, the 8 Baggers took the Bombers 23-16, and in match 2, 21-7, to claim 3rd spot in the Chestatee Division.
Okay, we're here with the 8 Baggers, and they just finished a sweep of the Marina Bay Bombers. What was the secret this week, guys?
We were a little bit more accurate.
Yeah. Eric's been practicing all week long.
I went to cornhole tossing camp and it really paid off.
And our new coach helps a lot. So.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, congratulations. And it may actually, I think you guys are 7th seed. That may move you up to 6th seed in the playoffs. So congratulations on a great week.
That's right.
We're glad to have broken the drought.
We're waiting to take on number 1 seed.
Good deal.
And in the final matchup of the evening, the Cellar Dwellers hoped for their 1st win against the 2 Blind Squirrels. And the 2 Blind Squirrels swept the Cellar Dwellers 24-2 in match 1 and 21-5 in match 2. Before we move on to focus on the playoff seeds and the postseason, we'd like to give you a little bit of background on the Athens Boat Club, which was established in 1958.
Today, the Lake Lanier Cornhole Club had the opportunity to play at the Athens Boat Club, and we have Steve Rhodes here, who is a resident, and he's going to tell us a little bit about the history of the Athens Boat Club.
Yeah, so the Athens Boat Club was started by a group of boaters in Athens back in 1957. one of which was my grandfather. So I grew up coming up here, so there's a lot of memories and a lot of history in this club. So I was glad to have everybody here and get to see a little bit about the club. The club's about 170 members. It's a private organization. I think we have about 140 something acres, I believe. Don't hold me to that. And there's about 120 homes in here. It started off as really just a lot of people like to call it a fishing village because the guys that started it were big fishermen. And now it's transitioned into a community and a neighborhood. It's really transitioned a lot over the years. And the area's grown a lot. But it's located on the north end of Lake Lanier, up the Chestatee River. 57 is when they formed the club, and it was just a group of boaters in Athens, Georgia is how it started. And then about, I think it was in the late 50s, maybe 58 or 59, they acquired this property. And I've still got an article which I'll share with you. It's, Lake Lanier, Athens Boat Club forms and buys property on newly formed Lake Lanier.
Wow.
So I think it was about 59. And then it started just as we were coming in, just this little area. As I said, there was only 8 members, so there wasn't that many cottages here. And as a matter of fact, one of our original cottages is a little green one back behind you. But then later on, in the early 60s, they acquired this property over here further north on the lake. And then I think it was the early 70s, they acquired this property over here as it grew.
Great. Well, Steve, thanks for hosting today. We had a great time, and everybody loved the facility. It's a beautiful facility, and thank you so much, and thank you to the Athens Boat Club.
Absolutely.
Well, the inaugural season of the Lake Lanier Cornhole Club is wrapped up, and the final season standings are as follows. In the Chattahoochee division, the Baggers on the Hooch claim first place, eking out over the Russell boys, who also had a 6-1 record, but lost via point differential. In the Chestatee division, in week 7, the Chestatee Flyers took it to the Pirates of the Caribbean and ended up with a 4-3 record and in first place. So now let's take a look at the seedings for this week's playoffs. The number 1 seed goes to the Baggers on the Hooch, and they will be taking on the winless Cellar Dwellers at 6 p.m. And the Cellar Dwellers have been promising great things in the playoffs, so we're excited to see what happens. The other 6 o'clock game will be Game 3. The number 3 Two Blind Squirrels will be taking on the number 6 Marina Bay Bombers. And then in Game 2, which starts at 6:45, the number 2 Brussels Boys will be taking on the surging 8 Baggers who beat the Marina Bay Bombers last week to move up in the standings. And then Game 4 will be a rematch of the Chestatee Division Championship. The Chestatee Flyers at the 4th seed will be taking on the Caribbean Pirates, who here show up as a Parrot Head Pirates with a typo, getting ready for fantasy football. But we're going to be focused on cornhole this week. The Lake Lanier Cornhole Club will move to Harbor Point this week, and Randy will be hosting the playoffs. It should be an exciting week of cornhole action, so make sure you check back next week for the results. And thanks again for watching It's in the Hole. See you next week.